Most players think they know how to survive in Project Zomboid. Board the windows, raid the houses, maybe find a sledgehammer if you're lucky. But Build 42 quietly rewrote the rules, and most haven't noticed. This isn't just another update, it's a fundamental shift in how the game plays, and much of it is hidden beneath surface level patch notes or quietly mentioned in dev blogs. Today we're peeling back those layers and uncovering the subtle but powerful mechanics introduced in Build 42, systems that are already changing the game for those who know where to look. One of the most transformative changes in Build 42 is verticality. Some structures now spawn with basements, underground levels that can be player dug or expanded, but which offer additional space for exploration and storage. These basements come with enforced boundaries. Try to break through a wall and the game will teleport you back upstairs. They're fixed, self-contained bonus rooms tucked away below houses and commercial buildings. Above ground, the old 7-floor height limit has been removed. Buildings can now rise up to 32 stories. Introducing new forms of vertical gameplay, rooftop hideouts are now viable, and long stairwells or elevator shafts can be just as dangerous as the streets below. Even the terrain itself receives subtle upgrades. The Knox County map has expanded to include 3 new towns and an endless, procedurally generated wilderness beyond its handmade borders. Along rivers and lakes, you'll now find sandbanks and clay deposits, which are critical for advanced crafting. Crafting has been completely overhauled. Instead of relying solely on pre-written recipes and magazines, Build 42 introduces crafting research. You can now right-click many crafted items and choose to research them, essentially reverse engineering the item to learn how it's made. It's a dynamic replacement for the old static system. Build 42 also introduces specialized crafting stations, like pottery wheels, kilns, forges. Crafting is no longer just click and produce, it's a multi-step process. Metalworking now involves smelting down scrap, or ore, in a bloomery or furnace. Steel smelting even requires coke, which is produced by burning charcoal in a restored dome kiln. Once you have coke, you can forge steel chunks from iron using an advanced furnace, unlocking late-game gear all made from scratch. Logs can now be split into firewood, which weighs less and burns longer than whole logs, making it a more efficient heat source. Survival isn't just about preparation, it's about control. Bending the rules of the world to your will. That's where PingPlayers.com comes in. Hosting a server here doesn't feel like setup. It feels like flipping a switch. In under 60 seconds, your world is live. And it's not fragile. It's modded, customized, and governed entirely by your rules. Their AI assistant eliminates the grind of server management. Mods, backups, configs, handled in just a few clicks. Want a DayZ run with custom loot? Or an ARC server with boosted tame speeds? A zombie apocalypse tuned exactly the way you want it? It's all possible, fast, reliable, and effortless. PingPlayers operates from 20 global locations, so latency dies before you do. And when you want to change, you don't have to repurchase, just switch to a new game. This is your world, no cheaters, no random wipes, just your squad, your mods, your rules. If survival means more than just logging into someone else's server, check the link in the description. PingPlayers.com. Create, play, dominate. For the first time in Project Zomboid history, the wilderness is alive with visible wildlife. Deer, rabbits, raccoons, and other animals now roam the forests. But Build 42 doesn't just add passive fauna. It introduces a fully realized tracking and hunting system. As animals move through the world, they leave behind footprints, droppings, broken branches, and other signs of activity. If your character is observant or has the tracking skill, you can follow these clues across multiple zones. Each species behaves differently. Some bolt at the first sound, while others might linger or graze. And if you do shoot an animal, don't expect it to drop on the spot. Wounded prey will flee while bleeding, requiring you to track it by following the blood trail until it collapses from blood loss. This creates a tense cat and mouse chase, where a poorly placed shot turns what could have been a quick kill into a drawn-out pursuit. Fishing also saw major upgrades. You can now spot procedural fish schools by watching for splashes. Chumming the water attracts fish, while loud noises like gunfire or engines will scatter them. This makes fishing more than just RNG. It's now a tactical activity where timing and silence matter. Not all animals are for hunting. Build 42 introduces livestock, letting you capture and raise chickens, pigs, cows, and sheep. These animals provide a sustainable source of resources: eggs, milk, meat, wool, and more. A new animal management UI makes this easier. Interestingly, animals are now domesticated the moment you pick them up. No exploit required. This eliminates the need for weird taming tricks like zone dropping to trigger domestication. Water is now a concern too. Animals seek out natural water sources, and if their zone includes a river or pond, they'll drink on their own. Otherwise, you'll be hauling buckets. You can even bottle feed baby animals now using powdered milk formula. Farming has become much more realistic and seasonal. Crops now have defined planting and harvesting windows tied to the calendar. If you plant in the wrong season, your crops won't grow, or will yield next to nothing. This adds complexity to food production and encourages crop rotation and forward planning. The crop list has expanded dramatically. You can now grow corn, peas, barley, flax, hops, rye, sugar beets, sunflowers, tobacco, and various herbs like rosemary. These aren't just food items. Many have crafting uses. Even foraging is seasonal now. Build 42 made major improvements to the combat and stealth systems. Most notably, the firearm mechanics have been overhauled. Now every bullet that is aimed correctly will visibly hit its target. However, whether it deals damage depends on a hidden skill-based roll. Even low-skill shooters can now suppress zombies, causing them to stagger, even if they don't die. This change makes gunplay feel more responsive and rewarding. There are new animations as well. Sprinting with weapons, stopping short, and attacking in close quarters now looks smoother and feels more realistic. And when zombies die from vehicles or bullets, they now ragdoll, which can be toggled off if it affects your performance. Stealth also saw some tweaks. Line of sight now matters. Zombies can't see over fences or cars anymore. And now zombies have individual sensory stats. Some have better vision, hearing, or toughness than others, which makes encounters more unpredictable. You might sneak past one horde, but get spotted by a single sharp-eyed zombie. Build 42 introduces muscle fatigue, a hidden mechanic that builds up if you do the same strenuous activity repeatedly over multiple days. Whether it's chopping wood, digging, or constant melee fighting, your character will start to slow down. Pacing and rotating your tasks are now essential to avoid burnout. Tools also degrade faster. Bladed weapons and axes must be regularly sharpened. With whetstones or files, improvised tools tend to have lower durability, so you'll want to stockpile spare tools and repair materials. This creates a realistic sense of wear and tear, especially in the late game. Generators now power buildings vertically, up to 3 floors by default, making them much more useful in multi-level bases. This eliminates the need for awkward generator placements on each floor. And here's another neat detail. While sitting in a car, your character can now light a cigarette without a lighter, using the built-in car cigarette lighter, as long as the car battery isn't dead. But be careful with fuel. Gasoline now evaporates from open containers over time. If you've been storing gas in buckets or cooking pots, expect it to vanish slowly over a few weeks. Only sealed gas cans or vehicle tanks will preserve it long term. Build 42 improves nearly every aspect of daily life in Project Zomboid. World hot saving is now active, meaning if your game crashes or you close it suddenly, you won't lose progress. Local map data, time, and animal positions are saved continuously. Rain collectors and other systems now update even when you're far away, so your water barrels will be full when you return. UI improvements include corpse highlighting, batch actions like washing all clothes at once, and smoother item placement for home decorating. Visually, the game looks better than ever. A new lighting engine makes darkness feel oppressive, and indoor light now behaves more realistically, bouncing off walls and leaking through doors. You can now even customize your survivor's voice with 6 new voice profiles and pitch adjustments. For 4K users, the UI now scales properly, making the game fully playable without third-party mods. It doesn't just add content, it changes how Project Zomboid feels, how you plan, how you survive, and how you think. It hides systems beneath the surface, ready to punish or reward you depending on your awareness. And the deeper you dig, the more you realize, Build 42 doesn't just expand the world, it redefines it.